Welcome to the Sharpton Sisters. Today we're talking about growing up in the industry.
We can definitely relate to that. Mm-hmm. Joining us now is a beautiful girl who grew up before our very eyes on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, where she appeared with her mother, Kandi Burruss. Please welcome Riley Burruss.
All right.
Welcome.
Hi, Riley.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming.
Yes, how you doing?
Good.
All right, so your mother is a songwriter, a member of Escape, and a housewife of Atlanta. What was it like growing up with a parent in the industry?
Honestly, I think it was pretty cool. I feel like when you have a parent who's grown up with that life, you're able to learn a lot and have a lot of cool experiences. Mm-hmm. So I was able to go to a lot of concerts, meet a lot of cool people, and just I feel like it was pretty fun.
You like to get dressed up and do red carpets with your mom?
Well, I mean, it can be kind of stressful.
Yes.
But looking back on it, I'm glad I was able to experience those things rather than not.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, in the moment, it definitely is a little stressful.
Yeah, I mean, did it inspire your career path?
It definitely did. Since she was in the music industry, ever since I was younger, I knew I wanted to do something related to the music industry. At first, it was entertainment law, but now I just think, working at a label and managing artists, I feel like that's definitely something that I want to do, and I don't think I would have known that without her.
Well, you made your debut to the world on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. We watched you since you were 7 years old, and we watched you grow up into a beautiful young lady.
America's
I was a fan.
Baby.
Yes, but you're beautiful.
Thank you.
What was the experience like, though, growing up on Real Housewives?
I think it can definitely be stressful because when you're young and on TV, you're exposed to a lot of outside criticism that you wouldn't be compared to if you weren't on TV.
Right.
So, I mean, I know that's a lot of the reason why my mom didn't really want me to be on social media when I was younger. And
what age did that change?
Yeah.
Well, I had a private Instagram account when I think I was in middle school. And then I begged her to let me make it public, and I think I was in 8th grade or 7th
13,
grade.
14.
Yeah.
But how was it like pulling up at school? Was it different? It's okay,
Well, with the private school.
Yeah, I went to private school.
We did too, but still, literally when we were in high school, my dad was running for president.
Oh.
And so it kind of shifted right before our eyes, and we were dealing with Secret Service and this and that, so it was different. Going to school was all eyes were on you all the time. And it's it's a small margin of error that you get to, everything is criticized.
Yeah.
You're under a microscope, and you're a public figure and you're young, you know what I mean? So it's kind of how did you deal with that pressure?
Well, I went to the same private school since I was in 5th grade. So basically everyone, there were only so many new people every year. Mm-hmm. So everyone pretty much already knew the situation. And after the first couple years, no one honestly really cared. Mm-hmm. And plus, I mean, I'm from Atlanta, so I feel like it's pretty common to see someone who's on TV or in the music industry, so it's not as big of a shock, I think.
Were there any times that you wish the cameras weren't there?
I mean, I think when I filmed the most, I was younger, so I don't really remember that much, and there wasn't that much going on with me at the time. Okay. Of course, there are certain moments that I'm sure my mom wished weren't filmed.
Right.
But for me, I mean, I was so young, and everything I did was pretty chill, so.
Yeah, what? What didn't she want on camera?
I mean, she's never told me, but I'm sure, just family drama.
Yeah.
I know, my grandma doesn't go on my grandma doesn't film as much anymore. Mm-hmm. So just certain things like that you usually outside people wouldn't see or hear about. It's just kind of crazy to have everyone have their opinions on your situation.
But you're lucky she's protective. Kenny's a protective mom.
Yeah, she's definitely protective. Yeah. More protective, she'll care more about a situation than I do.
Okay.
And I just have to be it's okay, I'm not stressed about it, it's funny, whatever.
Were you getting into seeing the behind the scenes process of producing a reality show? I know that you want to be, or you're in the music business and you really want to make it a real career. So how has that influenced your pathway? Seeing all of the behind the scene moments and getting to experience that.
The production side isn't something that I'm very interested in, but I know Todd and Kayla are both in production, and that's like more like their realm. Okay. But I'd say seeing my mom in the studio and collabing with other artists, talking about her. I do not sing.
Oh,
that's why.
No, I said, can you sing?
Yeah. I mean, I think everyone can sing.
No. Some people are tone deaf.
I think the better question is, do you sing? I don't sing.
You don't? Okay, so you can sing. She has capability.
Maybe some karaoke nights or...
I mean, maybe. Yeah. Maybe.
What's your song at karaoke?
I mean, I don't go that often.
Really?
No.
Oh, I love
What's your
karaoke.
mom's favorite song?
I don't even think
No, what's your favorite song of your mom's?
What's your favorite song of your mom's?
Oh, I mean, I like Don't Think I'm Not.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I listen to that, and I play that for my friends. I think it's funny.
Okay. All right, speaking of your friends, I'm just interested in just knowing, because, like, you know, I mean, we're a little older, you know, than you, but, you know, we were 20 yesterday, or 20-something, I guess, yesterday, right?
Yeah, yesterday. I'm not that old.
Yeah.
Maybe for you.
So, like, with your friends, like, your circle of friends, do you ever experience, like, when y'all go out to dinner, do you have to, like, pay the check, or is, like, how's the vibe with the friend zone, like... Are you really picky with who you
she might have better
call
friends than we did. Yeah.
I'm just saying, you know, you go through levels of friendship. Right?
I mean, to be frank, I think definitely you just have to know where your friends prefer to go, and then like where would be better for each friend.
Yeah.
And
so
then,
is it like a, you know, it's like everybody just put their card in. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But obviously you go to more expensive places with people who want to spend more money.
Okay.
Yeah. But I don't mind paying for stuff, because I know not everyone can or, you know, has the ability to. So I'm like, okay, if we want to do this, let's just go, because I want to go. So I'm not gonna switch my stuff up.
You're such a nice
you raised well.
friend.
Good job, Miss Kandi. You raised Riley very well.
I definitely learned that from her.
Yes, I can see that for sure. Well, stick around for more with Riley Burruss, and we'll be right back. We're back with Riley Burruss, and we're talking about growing up in the industry. Riley, what are you up to right now?
Right now, I'm currently at NYU.
Oh,
it's my junior year. I'm also interning at a label, so doing things that, you know, I'm hoping to actually work in once I graduate. And yeah, just trying to figure life out.
How's the internship going? Because I know, like, you know, you come from a family that you have been seeing this since you were a little girl.
Yeah.
So do you see, like, do you have to, like, hold back a little bit? Or are you more like, oh, let's do this, let's do that? Are you more like a leader? Or are you kind of like...
I mean, I feel like right now I'm definitely in the space where I want to observe and learn a lot, because this is my first year interning at a label. So for the first part of it, I just want to kind of like learn and see what I need to like pick up on, and then I want to be more active once I feel like I've learned and observed enough.
Are you learning a lot?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
so
great.
I'm getting into the part where I'm like pitching in more.
Oh, wow. That's good.
So you find your voice.
Yeah.
So what has been the most invaluable part of growing up in the midst of your mom's expansive career?
The biggest thing that is helpful is obviously the connections she's made and the experiences she can tell me, and I can learn so much from her. And so I just love being able to call her and her give me the whole rundown.
Now, she the type of mom that just pops up into the city and is like, hey, I'm here. My mom used to come when I was in school and just be like, hey, I just went to Costco. I just bought you like groceries for the week. And I'm just like, what
we were in Philly every weekend giving Dominique whatever.
Yeah, so she like the pop-in mom, or is she kind of just like, okay, Riley, I see you when I see you?
She's kind of like both, because she thinks she tells me when she's coming. And she doesn't realize that she never told me. So then, like, she'll be like, oh, yeah, you know I'm coming today. And I'm like, wait, what? So she kind of pops in, but, like, unintentionally.
Gotcha.
Are you close with any of the other kids of the housewives from any of the other cities?
Recently, I've become really good friends with Brooks Marks.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I had filmed another growing up show with him a few months ago, and then I saw him at BravoCon. And he also lives in the city, so we're able to hang out a lot. And it's cool, like, having, like, that kind of connection.
That is cool.
What's some of the stuff you don't like about growing up in the public eye?
Just the constant outside, like, criticism. Yeah. Especially because I'm not like my mom where I'm on the show like constantly, so a lot of people don't know that much about me, but it's a lot of assumptions and people using things that they saw from when I was probably like 10 and being like, oh, she's so like this, and I'm like, you guys don't even know me.
Right.
So I'd say that is really hard, especially because most people are much older than me, so not that there's anything wrong.
It's okay,
but
girl.
it's just kind of like it's different when you have criticism from people your age, but when it's like an adult talking down on you, it just feels kind of sad.
Yeah,
it is.
No, I understand that.
Well said. Have you felt extra pressure to prove yourself on your internship?
I definitely say yes.
Okay.
Because obviously I don't have the experience that my mom has. I'm just now getting into this. I'm just now learning all the ins and outs of it. But at the same time, that's not from like people there. It's just inside I know that there might be a certain bias or a certain thought that they may have that I should be more knowledgeable on everything, which I agree I probably should. But, you know, I'm just learning, taking it day by day. That's why I really want to observe a lot.
But you
so
set
I can
your
learn
own
quickly.
standard.
Yeah.
You set your own. You keep doing that.
Absolutely, absolutely.
What's the most valuable piece of advice that your mother has given you about being in the music industry?
I mean, she doesn't give me like just advice. She more so just tells me about like her experiences and how she handles certain things. So I don't know. It's not like, oh, she says a certain phrase, but just like hearing her experiences helps me a lot. And one thing I get kind of annoyed when she says it, because I feel like it's not totally true, but she says like, oh, we all have the same 24 hours in a day, which I don't believe that's true.
What do you mean?
We do. No, we do though.
We do, but we all have different things going on that,
Yeah.
different circumstances, different things going on that may affect how you're able to use it and what you're able to do with it.
That's true.
But what I will agree with what she's saying is that me specifically, I can choose, especially right now, I have more time to choose how much I work in my day, how much effort I'm putting into certain things. So I definitely will say I need to work harder, take more time with the things I want to work on, and just really grind it out, especially right now when I have the time.
What are some of the things that you're doing in your 24 hours that your mom thinks is a waste of your time?
I mean, I definitely think she thinks I should do less of sleeping and more working.
That might work.
And I agree.
What advice would you have for other young people who are in the public eye?
Especially in this age of social media, try not to look at your comments, because I used to do that a lot.
Girl, thank you.
It gets
Say
in your
it
head.
again.
Yeah, it gets
Say
in
it
your
again.
Yeah, because I do that so
sometimes
much.
I used to find myself going on like, you know, like rants with people, and then I'm
Yeah.
just like, they don't know me. They don't know anything about me. They just have this concept of me that is not
Exactly.
true. But I was one of those like, what are you talking about? That's not, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
The only thing now I have trouble with, because I've decided that I don't want to look at it and I don't want to entertain it. So, but like my struggle is I don't want my friends to see it either.
Right.
So that's the only thing. So I want to be able to go through, read it, and delete, so people who know me don't see that and read that. But at the same time, I don't want to mess up my own head by reading it. So I'm just
Right.
like, okay, whatever. If they see it, it's fine. But also, of course, they want to tell me what it says, and I'm just like, okay, I don't want to hear it. Thanks.
Are you dating?
Dominique. She doesn't want to answer your question.
Yeah,
So we're going to move on. Have you had...
Riley.
I'm
Leave her alone. This is public. She might have joined you.
Okay, baby. Okay.
Yeah, we
all
don't
right.
know where I'll be in a few months.
Right, exactly.
You gonna be on top.
But good luck with all
Well,
that.
yeah, I'll be on top.
She's
Good
smiling.
luck with all that.
So I think she's happy. That's good.
Yeah.
Well,
it
I'm
made
always
you smile.
happy with myself.
All right now.
Go
All
ahead,
right,
Riley
girl.
Burruss. I like
That's
that.
right.
Have you had mentors that helped you cope with the pressure of having a famous parent?
I'd say I definitely had other adults who I view as like family who helped me, not with like the famous part of it, but just someone who's not in the public eye who you can just go to for like regular stuff.
Do you have any friends who also grew up in the limelight who might have helped you?
I have friends with famous parents, but they weren't as like in it as like I was on TV and
Yeah.
like everyone's constantly seeing me out. So I definitely think it's like a different experience. So it's not so much that like they can help me with, but we still definitely share certain things that only we can relate to.
Absolutely.
Got that. Outside of your career aspirations, what are your passions and hobbies?
I really like makeup.
Hey.
I feel like that's like
your makeup
art.
is on point, by the way.
Thank
like
you.
it looks great.
Thank you. I love like learning about that, and that's like, you know, therapy for me. But I just like relaxing. I feel like I'm in this part of my life where I'm trying to figure out what my favorite things are. So I feel like that's kind of like the struggle. Well, not the struggle, but it's kind of like my time to figure that out, and hopefully I can figure that out too.
But I like that you own that.
Yeah, you
are aware of
absolutely own
yes.
that. So do you think that makeup will become more than just a hobby?
I mean, I definitely think so. It's something that I've always enjoyed and been trying to learn more about over time, but it's definitely something that I'm going to develop.
Did you do your beat today?
Yeah.
You did it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I do it every day.
Yeah, she did a good job.
Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. So I'm going to be calling you because I got, I need to be, hooked up.
I got you.
So I know we were talking about music earlier. I know you're a big music fan. So what do you like and what do you want to focus on in the music industry?
I mean, I really like R&B and hip hop,
Nice.
but I want to focus on Atlanta music. And of course, Atlanta is always going to be at the top in the music industry, but I just want to focus on bringing it to the top, kind of like the early 2000s vibe. But I really want to work on A&R and developing more artists coming from Atlanta.
So give us some of the songs in your playlist right now.
I honestly don't even know. I mean, I'm always listening to Nicki Minaj, but
All
I
right.
prefer to
Okay.
listen to a lot of different artists rather than just focusing on like just a couple.
Got
Okay.
you.
Yeah.
So Nicki over Megan?
I mean,
Uh-oh,
I've loved
uh-oh.
Nicki since I was like 9 years old.
So Nicki over Megan.
Nicki
Yep.
over Megan.
Okay.
You heard
But
it.
they were both in my top 5 played, so
Okay.
Okay.
You're classy. I like how you answer
Safe
things.
answer.
yeah, I love them both.
How has growing up in Atlanta influenced your passion for the music industry?
I definitely think it's influenced my taste, and I mean, I feel like when you're from Atlanta, it's just that Atlanta vibe.
Do you have a favorite top artist in Atlanta?
I mean, I really like
From
2
Atlanta?
Chainz.
Oh, good one.
Oh,
2 Chainz.
okay.
Okay.
So Riley, we know that your mom has a new show following her reuniting with Escape and being on tour with SWV. Have you been to any of the shows?
I actually haven't. Since
Oh.
I'm in New York and I have school all the time, it's really hard to travel back and forth and figure out times that she'll be performing, but I really want to.
Do you love seeing your mom perform?
Yeah, I think it's really surreal, and she just looks so happy when she's performing and singing, and it's good because I can see her in her natural element. So
Wow.
I really appreciate that time.
Well, finally, are there any projects you'd like to plug?
Yeah, my mom has her Kandi Cosmetics line,
Yes.
which I will be working with soon. Follow me on Instagram at Riley Burruss, where I will be posting more updates on that. So.
Yes, and
Nice.
we got to get in. You got to hook us up because we
I
want to get
will.
all
I
of
need
the
I will.
information and share with us. Keep us involved. Let us know how we can ever support you and do anything. We would love to support.
Thank
And
you.
if you need some support in the city, I'll pull up.
Yeah, we will also do that too.
Thank you. I need a little New York family.
I got you.
Thank you so much for being with us, Riley. We know you got to get back to class. Studies are the most important, so we don't want to keep you away from that. And lock us in. Thank you for being here with us. Make sure that you
Yes.
call us, text us,
I'm the
get
fun
us
one.
involved. We'll be your big sisters in town. We're actually about to talk to one of our big sisters, Miss Bevy Smith.
Auntie Bevy.
Yes, Auntie Bevy. So it's just good to just stay connected. All
Okay,
right,
well,
but
thank
do
you,
your thing.
guys.
You're beautiful, amazing. We wish you all the best, and
Thank
holla
you for
at
coming.
us. We'll be right back with more of the Sharpton sisters.
Now we'd like to welcome a woman who means the world to us. She has a wealth of life experience and advice that is absolutely invaluable. Please welcome TV personality, radio host, and our auntie extraordinaire, Bevy Smith.
I love seeing you guys, and I love that you have this platform.
So you've always been really an inspiration to me, and I just want to know, if you had any advice for us, as we start this new show, as we start this new hosting journey. You are one of the experts in this, and only you can tell it like it really is. So.
Well, I would say, TV is tricky. Because a lot of times you will have in your mind something that you want to do as far as it goes in entertainment. And when you get there, and this is anything in life, actually, you get there, and once you get there, you're like, is this all there is? So the advice I give to you and to your lovely sister is that I want you guys to do what feels good to you. And the minute it doesn't feel good anymore, don't just do it because you're good at it, or because you're being paid well, or because people want you to do it. In life, it's so important to keep your own counsel and, really only tap into projects that fulfill you. You don't really have time to be doing things that you don't want to do. So what I would say to you is, as you embark on this new journey, make sure that what you're doing is what you set out to do, and that as you're doing it, you take a temperature check every now and again and say, do I still want to do this? Because I'll tell you guys the honest truth. I thought I wanted a daily talk show. And from doing Page 6 TV, I realized I don't want that. I do not want that grind. I do not want that constant, never-ending schedule of I just didn't enjoy it. And so I'm now moving into another category. Now I'm acting, and I'm still doing TV. Yeah, but I'm like moving into another space. I know I can do TV. I know I'm a TV host. I've done, I had a show on Bravo. I had a nationally syndicated show. So I know I can do those things. I sat in for Wendy Williams several times when she had the Wendy Williams show. So I know I'm a TV host.
Yes.
I can do that. But I don't know that I want to do that anymore every single day. And that's okay. It's the same way when I was a fashion advertising.
That's sound advice.
Yeah. I was saying that's the same thing like when I was a fashion advertising director. I had a great life. It was a great career. But then all of a sudden I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. And so I didn't. So that's my biggest piece of advice as you embark on this journey. Don't just do things because you can, or because other people want you to, or because it pays well, or any of that. Check your temperature. Make sure it's still making you happy. Make sure you're waking up every day and being inspired. Make sure that it's something that you enjoy. Like, I love doing my radio show. It's 1 hour a day, 4 days a week, and it's done. That's very different from doing TV every day. When you do TV every day, that's a chore. That's glam. Everyone loves, oh, I would love to get my hair and makeup done. Really? You think so? Every day? You think that's what you want to do? It's a chore. I know this, and to everyone out there, I'm not trying to sound like a prima donna, but I'm just telling y'all, for me, I got other things I want to be doing than sitting up doing glam. I also, don't like the, as you guys know, the hurry up and wait of television, especially when you're doing daytime TV. It's a lot of that, unless it's live.
All right,
well, Auntie, we know you know how to host a great dinner too. So any thoughts of bringing that back to the world? Because I'm older now. I can hang out with the aunties a little better, any thoughts of bringing that back to the, to the scene?
I've never stopped doing Dinner with Bevy. The thing is that Dinner with Bevy is a very expensive proposition. So all I need is clients that want to spend that kind of money, and I'm happy to do one. But if they don't have the coin that I desire, then I don't have to do it. So, and I just want to have that moment with you guys too. You want to get to a place where if it doesn't work for you spiritually and financially, just say, no, thank you. And you keep it pushing. It's a wonderful place to be.
Thank you so much, Auntie Bevy Smith. Thank you so much for being here with us today. Thank you.
Thank you, angels. Bye.
We love you more.
Love you guys too.
Thank you so much for watching the show. Make sure to catch us next time on the Sharpton Sisters right here on Fox Soul.